Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I'll be taking you guys through kind of like an afternoon in the life type of thing. I'm about to head to the gym. I have some errands to run, but the big thing that I'm going to be doing is heading to the Foodieland festival at NRG Park this evening. I'll be trying out food, I'll be rating it, but as a vegetarian, so we'll see how that goes. I'm excited to try out some good food, and yeah, so with that being said, let's get into the video. All right, so only 7. Was hoping for another 8, but considering the intensity that I was able to take that set to, even though I didn't hit the magic number of 8, I know that the set was still valid because I took it close to failure. I didn't have more than 1 rep in reserve. All right, so last working set, hoping for a minimum of 7, but again, just pushing close to failure. All right, 1 set of 8, 2 sets of 7. So for me in this instance, progressive overload, we eventually trying to hit 3 true sets of 8, possibly 1 set of 9, 2 sets of 8, then 2 sets of 9, 1 set of 8, eventually possibly even, 1 set of 10, 2 sets of 8, and so on and so forth until I can hit a solid, true 3x10 at the 100 pounds. Now this doesn't mean that I won't try maybe like a 105 or a 110 and hit maybe 4 to 6 reps, right? But either way, it's good to be able to track your progress on certain lifts with specific weights. After my 3 or sometimes 4 working sets, I'll then drop the weight, maybe do like 1 or 2 sets to really focus on feeling the contraction of the muscle and squeezing out that last bit of energy left. It truly is crazy how heavy lightweight can feel when you're actually lifting intentionally. All right, so I did 1 more set at that lower weight. Now I'm about to do some barbell rows. Normally when I do barbell rows, I do them underhand with my elbows tucked in to really bias my lats. But today I'm gonna be doing them overhand to really bias the upper portion of my back. Also, I train chest and back twice a week on Sundays and Thursdays. And so on Thursdays, I won't do barbell rows because on Wednesday, the day before the chest and back workout, I usually do deadlifts. And I really push myself on deadlifts. And so when I come into my back workouts, doing hip hinge movements where I need to be able to hinge at the hip and row, it's a little bit uncomfortable because I just fatigued my back the day before. So on days like this where I'm feeling completely rejuvenated for the new week, that's when I'll do the hip hinge barbell rows because it just works better for me. One of the big things I try to keep in mind while rowing is to keep my elbows out because the biceps can start compensating really easily when I start bringing my elbows in with a wide grip. And now it kind of turns into this movement with a whole lot more elbow flexion instead of the elbows moving up. So keep that in mind when you're doing your barbell rows. All right, last set, best set. In this set, I'm gonna be really intentional about trying to keep my body more parallel to the ground, because when the weight starts getting heavy, it's very easy to compensate for the weight by raising up your body, and you kind of just start moving like this. Whereas I want to be really hinged over, body pretty much parallel to the ground, and then rowing like so. So let's get it. Yeah, that eccentric started failing. There's nothing I could have done. I'm satisfied with that though. On to the next chest. All right, so second chest exercise. The pattern of my chest days usually tend to be a press, a fly, and then another press. So I did my dumbbell bench press, I'm about to do these pectoral flies at the machine, and then my last press is more than likely gonna be something at a machine, maybe something incline to bias that upper chest. I didn't control the eccentric on that last rep. I'm happy about that. But as the weight starts getting heavy, especially on these flies, I really try to focus on bringing my elbows together instead of just letting my knuckles kind of clash, because it's very easy to bring the weight together and let your knuckles touch without getting a real contraction on your chest. But when you're intentional about letting your elbows come together, that contraction on the chest is undeniable. On to set 2. All right, so on to my second back exercise. Usually for my back days, I cycle between rows, pull downs, and pullovers. So right here, I'm at the pullover. I started off with the barbell row that targeted my upper back. I'm doing a pullover, which is a great movement, but I especially like this machine because it locks my elbows in place. I find that when I do pullovers at the cables, it's very easy for me to extend my arms, which then target a little bit more tricep than I intend, right? So that's why I really like this machine to do pullovers. I'm able to keep that tension on my lats. I'm able to make sure that my triceps aren't involved at all. It's just a great movement overall. All right, last chest exercise. I have never done a plate-loaded incline press, and so I'm excited to try this out. Don't even know how heavy I'm going to load it, but of course pushing close to failure within the maybe 8 to 10 rep range, so whatever weight that ends up being, that's the way it ends up being. Now, if you pay close attention to the handles, there are two options. You can hold them right here and kind of press out like I was just doing, or you can hold them a little bit more inside and press kind of like this. Now, what I chose to do, I chose to hold on to these handles because when I tested out these inner handles, I realized my elbows were a little bit more tucked in than I would want them to be to bias my chest, and I was targeting more tricep than I wanted to. So that's why I kept them a little bit flared out, and I'm really pushing, contracting my chest. Now, you can still get a solid chest workout with the neutral grip, especially because that'll put your palms closer together, which would allow you to put your elbows closer together, which would then allow for a greater contraction on the chest, as I talked about on the fly. But for me, this time I was feeling the pronated grip, pressing like this. And the last back movement is this single arm kneeling cable pull down, one of my staple movements for back day. The reason I ended up doing this movement is because, as I said, I pretty much cycle between pull downs, rows, and pullovers for back exercises. First exercise was the barbell rows, targeted my upper back. Second exercise were the pullovers, targeted my lats. Now the third exercise, I was debating between this and a single arm row. But as I said, I already did a row. Not to say that I couldn't have done a row, but as far as variety, I decided to include this kneeling single arm pull down. I'm going to be very intentional about keeping my elbow tucked tight up against my body to really bias the lats. All right, and 3 sets later, that is it for chest and back day. Now I'm about to go home, shower, get ready to go to this Foodieland festival. Super excited for that. And yeah, I think I earned the food I'm gonna be eating today. All right, so we just made it to Foodieland. There are people everywhere, a lot of vendors. My course of action is to just take a lap, see what places are kind of piquing my interest, and then doubling back to actually stand in the line and wait for those items. Now, one thing that I have seen are people all over the place with these massive baby bottles of like this drink. And I see a couple of the booths saying unlimited refills, big baby bottle. This is what it looks like. So this is the line where people are getting those baby bottles. I may end up doubling back and trying out because it seems very popular. But as I said, just taking a quick lap around, people are everywhere, and then actually choosing where I'll be eating. I'm gonna start off small, getting maybe some like appetizers and stuff like that, nothing crazy, then maybe getting a main course or two, a couple entrees, and then looking to see if anybody has any sweet treats that I may look to try to get. So yeah, let's take a look. All right, so I found the first place that I'll be trying out. It's this grilled cheese place. Nothing too heavy, but you know, just setting the pace. All right, so it is time to try out this Mediterranean grilled cheese, and there's essentially worms in a dirt type of dessert. I got vanilla ice cream with Oreo crumbles on top of it. So let's try the sandwich first. The bread is really good. It's buttery, flaky. A little bit of filling that I've gotten so far is really nice. Filling of the pesto, the mozzarella, and the sun-dried tomatoes is really nice. But all in all, this is pretty much a caprese sandwich. A very good one, but that is what it is. Now onto the worms in the dirt. It's nice, but nothing spectacular. I'll give it a 6. It's pretty much exactly what you would expect. Quality ice cream and some cookie crumbles. So I'm not sure how much of that you heard because of the music that was blaring in the background, but I gave the ice cream and Oreo crumbles a 6 because, you know, it wasn't anything special. It tasted fine, you know, very easy to replicate, right? And I would give the grilled cheese like a 7.8. Like, It was a quality grilled cheese, but as far as food and meals in general, it wasn't anything spectacular. All right, so the next place I'm gonna try out is this egg roll place. They have an original egg roll, a pepperoni pizza egg roll, chicken samosa, firecracker, shrimp torpedoes, and the mac and cheese egg roll. So I'm gonna try the mac and cheese egg roll. I don't really know what to expect, but I'm hoping for the best. So for the mac and cheese egg roll, they only had the Cajun mac and cheese, which has, you know, some shellfish already baked in. So that's a no for me. On to the next one. One thing I forgot to mention is that they have a lot of non-food related vendors selling a lot of things like clothes and, you know, doing art and selling jewelry and things like that. So it really is a nice vibe. The number one piece of advice I would give to anybody who's planning on coming to this, let's say like next year, is to bring a folding chair. It'll be super useful because you will be waiting in line for quite some time and you'll be able to sit down. You'll be able to sit in the chair to eat. I've seen a lot of people just sitting on the parking lot floor to eat, and I don't blame them because there are not a lot of options. So I'm actually about to go sit on a curb and try out these dumplings that I found, and I'll let you know how they taste. All right, so these are supposed to be vegan dumplings. I believe there are supposed to be like mushrooms inside, so let's try it out. Oh yeah, that's solid. That's solid. That's really good. I'd honestly give this like a smooth, like 9 high key. Very, very delicious. The mushrooms are well seasoned. The texture is really nice. Yeah, if the line wasn't so long, I'd go back for more. So I just found like these kebabs of caramelized fruit. I'm heading back over to my curb to sit down and try them out. So let's see how they are. All right, so I'm gonna try the grape first. I mean, it's candy. It's sugar, caramelized sugar. High-key more sugar than grape, but it's really good. After tasting this first one, I do feel like I have too much. And this is definitely something that I would share with somebody, but mom didn't raise a quitter, so we're gonna finish this. This tastes like hard candy with a hint of grape. As far as rating goes, I think it depends heavily on your tolerance to sweetness. I also feel like I would enjoy it more if I was eating it slower and not in such a rush to go try something else so I can, you know, make the most of my time here. Overall, I'd give this an 8. The caramelized sugar doesn't taste artificial. The fruit is fresh, and so I'm enjoying this. I really like that orange one. The mandarin, well, yeah, I like this one more than the grape. I think it's because it's juicier, so it kind of offsets all the crunchiness that comes with the sugar. Finally, the strawberry. I don't like the strawberry. It almost tastes artificial, unlike the grape and the mandarin. So in order, mandarin on top, grape, then the strawberry. All right, on to the next one. Now, I did see a sign for a vegan burger place, and the line was short, I'm sure, because of all the meat options that are around. So I'm gonna try that place out, and I feel myself slowly approaching, like, not necessarily like a full limit, but also just like, there are a lot of people here. I kind of want to go. So I'm gonna try a little bit more food and then head on out. All right, so I got the vegan burger. Let's try it out. Very good. It's an Impossible patty. The cheese is vegan, and I was skeptical about that, but it all tastes really good. As far as burgers go, 8.7 out of 10. And as far as vegan burgers go, 9.6 out of 10. Now for the fries. Nothing special. Actually rather bland, not even much salt on it. 4 out of 10. All right, so I have one more line left in me, and my last stop is going to be that baby bottle place that I've been seeing people walking around with since before I even got onto the NRG property. So I'm gonna find one of their booths, grab one of the drinks, and see what all the hype is about. All right, so you guys saw how early I got here. You see how late it is now, and I am heading home. So I got this baby bottle thing that everybody has all over the park, and I want you to guess how much this was. All right, so we'll put the line at $20, over or under. Go ahead and lock in your guess. Remember, I do get unlimited refills, so, you know, that's a thing. Over or under, $20. This was $27. And this is a small. They had 4 sizes: mini, small, medium, and large. I was very satisfied with this medium, And I'm gonna be real, the Welch's passion fruit from the store is better than this, and a fraction of the cost. And so yeah, you know, sometimes in these types of festivals and events, you get God, and I got God. Now, I just passed a cheese wheel pasta place that was calling my name, but that line is too long. I really don't feel like standing in it. And also, I mean, simply put, whatever they give me will be rushed because they're trying to turn over customers as quickly as possible. So I personally would wait until actually going to a solid restaurant to get some cheese wheel pasta. The flavor I was going to get was pesto, and I got pesto in the grilled cheese sandwich I had earlier today. So that itch has been scratched. So I'm officially going back to the car, and I'm gonna run some errands, go home, and call it a day. All right, so I just made it to Walmart, and it has clearly been way too long since I've been here because they've rearranged the entire store. They're currently undergoing construction, and honestly, there isn't even a whole lot of anything here. Like, look at this. They have this whole section over here blocked off. Check this out. This is the drink that I was referring to that is better than that $27 drink that I got from the Foodieland. 10 out of 10 would recommend. All right, so honestly, I just got enough to last me like today until I go to Costco and Aldi to do my real shopping tomorrow. And so this is what the cart's looking like. You know, some toiletries, some cleaning supplies, necessities, stuff like that, nothing crazy. So I'm about to grab some lettuce if I can even get into that section. You hear all the noise happening in the background. And then I'm going home. I don't know if it's just me, it probably is, but like, everything just feels so, like the whole store just, it feels so weird. Like there's so many employees everywhere, so many people running around, so much going on. It may just be because I'm overstimulated from Foodieland earlier and I just want to go home. I'm tired. So yeah, it would appear that I cannot get my lettuce because it is right behind this tarp. So it's about that time. I'm going home. See you guys there. All right, so after a long day, I have finally made it home. I'm gonna settle in, decompress, maybe do a little bit of editing, take a shower, and then go to sleep. I'm tired and it has been a long day. So that's all for this video. Thank you so much for sticking around until the end. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe so that you don't miss out on a single video. I'll see you in the next one.